turn the simple into magic. Turn the background to a classic. Love ain't just in February, no, no. It's late night calls when your heart feels heavy. It's slow jams playing in a parked up Chevy. A real thing, baby, we don't move petty. Love ain't just in February, yeah. Sunday sweats and your big t-shirt ready. Every month you're my Valentine. Love all year, you're my favorite sign.
Welcome in and welcome back to the Down South Philly Show. Go your co-host right here, Big Dom in the building. The real Big Dom in the building, not the
What's
one in
going on?
Philly. What's good with you?
What's going on?
Hey man, it's that time of the season where people just start pulling shit out their ass. And it's just some things that's been, it's kind of stuff that's been here the whole time. Especially when you have a disappointing season. We already know how like our fan base act, and we kind of split between, it's half of the fan base saying keep AJ. It's half of the fan base saying, nah, let's get rid of him. You got half of the fan base who hurts fans. You got the other half who can't stand them and ready to see what else is out there. But I don't even really want to make it too much about whether we should or shouldn't get rid of AJ, because we already spoke several times on how we
Yep,
feel about AJ.
ain't nothing
But
changed.
it's this clip in particular that I came across when I was doing my due diligence with the media, and I had to share it to get you, not only get your thoughts on it, but just kind of give my thoughts on it as well. But I figured this is as good a time as any when it's that dead time of the season before the draft. Ain't nothing really popping off. Let me see if I can't pull this clip up real quick though.
I have done a real kind of character change on this, and I would actually look to move Jalen Hurts before A.J. Brown. And I understand that that is a very kind of strange admission on my part because it's the quarterbacks who make the wide receivers and not the other way around. Danny, right now, I am leaning in the direction of saying, actually, I'll say it. I think we've seen Jalen Hurts' best football already. He turns 28 this summer. I think we've already seen him at his apex as a player. He's an expensive player. He doesn't want to throw the ball over the middle. Their offense, with offensive line injuries, with Saquon Barkley not being an elite player last year or as good as the year before, we saw Hurts take a tremendous step back. And I don't think it was only the offensive coordinator. So to me, I know you can't do these things quietly, but I would actually see what I could get for Jalen Hurts this offseason if I'm Howie Roseman.
Hey, hey, you started this mug all right. People just started pulling stuff out. That's exactly what that was. That's exactly what that was. I'm surprised bro can keep a straight face saying some bull crap like that. That's why I'm tripping. Hey, that's when you know ain't nothing going on. Basketball season ain't really hitting on that. We gotta touch on a little football. You know what I'm saying? We gonna probably talk about Kansas City, Philly, and Dallas as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
What can we say about Philly? And that's what they came up with. Like, I ain't really got too much to say about it. Like, move Jalen Hurts. Then bro said, he said we seen Jalen. What he said?
His best ball already.
Best ball.
Already.
Okay, if you seen now, mind you, this is my first time seeing that clip. Now, if you seen Jalen Hurts' best ball already, have we seen Lamar Jackson best ball? Because I mean, if we did, he ain't got nothing to show for it. He got some regular season MVPs, but they ain't go draft Lamar Jackson to get him personal stats. Saying, hey, we're gonna go get Lamar Jackson. He gonna bring some quarterback MVPs to Baltimore. All right. Have we seen what's my guy name in Buffalo?
Allen.
Allen. Have we seen Josh Allen best ball? Because if we did, he ain't got nothing to show for it. He just got a regular season MVP 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he been playing all this time. He ain't got no Super Bowls. Have we seen his best ball yet? Because if we have, he ain't got nothing to show for it, and the Bills should be moving him. I mean, if he like to throw across the middle, what the hell do it matter if it don't equal up to nothing? Josh Allen throw across the middle, he ain't got nothing to show for it. So I don't understand the notion of we seen Jalen Hurts best ball. We should get rid of the guy who just won the Super Bowl 2 seasons ago, and then 2 seasons before that he was in the Super Bowl and barely lost. And we're gonna get that's how you know when people start pulling, just like you said, stuff out they wazoo. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even really, I mean, it's just crazy. Like, I can't even it's gonna be some people. Now it's really gonna be some people who agree with that. And then I think I kind of been saying this for I said it a good bit of times this season, but I kind of been saying it the last 2 seasons. I think people have figured out that if you want to if you want a clip to go viral, if you want to get some attention in the media, say something crazy about Philly because they fans gonna run with it. Because you gonna have they fans gonna run with it. Then you gonna have Dallas and other people running with it because they trying to throw it in the Eagles' face. So you're gonna have a whole NFC East who run it with this one clip because you can say something about I personally feel like you can say something about Dallas, and the only people who really gonna go back and forth about it is maybe some split Dallas fans and Dallas and Eagles fans. You ain't gonna see a lot of Washington fans and a lot of Giants fans running with this clip. But you say something about the Eagles, Washington fans gonna run with it, Dallas fans gonna run with it, Eagles fans gonna run with it.
All 31 other teams gonna run with it.
And a lot of other teams gonna kind of run with it too. Especially, and then you got the people who feel some type of way about Hurts. Then you got your Nick Sirianni haters, and then you got the people who they know their quarterback ain't done as much as Jalen Hurts, but they don't really like Jalen Hurts' style of game, but they know he really kind of balling better than he doing more than our quarterback. So I gotta kind of like hate on him. So I'm gonna run with it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just that. I think people figured out that if you say something crazy about the Eagles, because that same guy that was just talking, we done heard him say some good shit about Jalen, and we done heard him say some bad stuff about Jalen, whatever. And then, it seemed like the thing is now in the off season, we're going to flip-flop, and we're going to say something crazy about Jalen.
One of these things going to be right.
Yeah, he going to have some good games. We're going to be like, yeah, we been told y'all. I don't know why people like I ain't was the people that I'm talking about. People, that's what they do. When they start saying something good about Jalen, they start talking about, I don't know why people saying, you the people. You was saying it. You the people. But yeah, so I think it's just one. I just think, like you said in the beginning, like it's truly just that's all Bruck can come up with. Like, let's move Jalen, because you gotta when you already know it's people who kind of split on that idea, even though it's really like some BS, you're gonna have some people who really gonna probably kind of agree with that, and then some people who they ain't necessarily agreeing with it, but I'm gonna just run with it anyway because it's damn make Eagles fans mad or whatever. So I just think that's what that was. Like, ain't nobody trying. Howie and
Jeff.
Howie and Nick and Jeffrey, they ain't thinking about trying to get in there for no damn Hurts.
It don't make sense, because I mean, what do you give quarterbacks money for? To go compete for Super Bowls and win Super Bowls. So he got paid after a record-breaking performance in the Super Bowl in 2022, which was his first one. Then what do he do after that paycheck? He go to another Super Bowl, ball out, and get the Super Bowl MVP. That's exactly what he get. He got you your money's worth already. And then he goes on in the clip to talk about trading Hurts and keeping AJ, as if that's gonna do anything good for the team.
Yeah, I didn't like what he was saying either about the whole the part that really, because the Jalen Hurts thing, I kind of already knew what that was, but what I really didn't like was when he tried to throw in Saquon wasn't that good. So basically, he was trying to say that since Saquon wasn't that good, we got to see like what we was gonna get out of Hurts, blah blah. And it
Mm-hmm.
was first off, even before Saquon got there, we seen Jalen balling before Saquon got there with Miles Sanders and Swift and all them dudes. So
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I don't like that people keep trying to point the finger at Saquon.
Right.
It wasn't Saquon.
Mm-mm.
The offensive line was boo boo. And
Period.
either people don't know what the hell they watching, or they just using it as an
Hate watching it.
opportunity. Like they using it as an opportunity to try to throw Hurts under the bus. All right, we're gonna ignore the fact that the Eagle offensive line that they've been calling the best
Mm-hmm.
offensive line, or one of the best offensive line, wasn't nowhere near that this season. What you think you're gonna get from your quarterback and your running back? That's basically like taking the body out. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna take the body away from the team, see what they do with the head and arms. Because it hurts with the head and the wide receivers, and the running back was kind of like the arms and the legs. The body, he ain't had no body. The offensive line went, you know what I'm saying? So
And then
I
you out
just
there
hate that
like Rayman.
I hate they kind of just throwing Saquon under the bus. They not addressing the fact that the offensive line really was the issue. As far as we talking about offensively, now I'm not saying that at times Hurts wasn't to blame, and the offensive coordinator and the wide receivers, the rest of the offense, whoever got something to do with it. I'm not saying they don't have no blame with it, but I'm saying if you look at the totality of the season, the offensive line was not up to par, and they affected
Right.
everybody, including the coordinator.
It's just, but like you said, when it came to like we saw what it was, we saw where the season was really headed, like pretty soon in the season, like about halfway through. The writing was kind of on the wall. It was already analysts saying that Saquon had lost a step, which clearly anytime he had any kind of hole, or if he just went ahead and went Superman and broke 3 tackles in the backfield, you saw the explosion, you saw the burst. So it's no reason to believe that he lost a step from last year. Now, we didn't expect him to get 2,000 yards this season. That was a given. It ain't never been done before. We kind of ran him to the wheels, fell off last year. That's why he got extra rest in the off season, even when we got back to OTAs and stuff like that. But I don't think we can, outside of the offensive line, I don't think anybody lost a step offensively. Um, but yeah, that's really all that I could take out of that clip. But it was it was the meat and potatoes of the clip that it's just funny how people already was gonna hate on Hurts anyway, but when you mess around and have a season like that, he just he already. I think I saw something that said he was voted like the most hated in the NFL, the most hated player in the NFL anyway. So I mean, what do you expect when you have stuff like that? But with the other part of that, like you said, it's no way that I'm trading Hurts. Like that wasn't never anyway in my thought process during this season, last season,
I ain't thought
um,
about that since he been the starting quarterback. It ain't
at
never crossed my
all,
mind. Damn, we probably need to get rid of Hurts. Nah, it ain't even
at
crossed my
all.
mind because you gotta think when he first got there, we was trying to see what he was, and by the time we saw what he was, we wasn't trying to get rid of him. All right, bet we see what we got.
Yeah,
Like nobody was thinking about getting rid of him.
in 2022, when I seen him go and outdo Mahomes, I was sold.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
that was it for me. Um, so to turn around and be ready to throw him away after they was ready to throw him away after 23 season, then 24 they tried to throw him away because the numbers, it wasn't sexy. Well, he threw for like 2,900 yards. Um, in 24. And basically, they said he was carried by Saquon and the rest of the offense. But what does he do time in and time out when you needed him to make a play, or when you needed him to go put on his cape in the Super Bowl and really have almost a better performance than he did the first time around, and get a Super Bowl MVP out of it? He really supposed to have 2 Super Bowl MVPs, but we ain't gonna cry over spilled milk. It is what it is. That 22 season over with, but that kind of just is what it is. I thought that was an interesting clip. I wanted to cover that because it ain't really much going on when it comes to Philly right now. Obviously, we in that dead time of the season. NBA just got back from the All-Stars. The draft is April 26th, 23rd, 26th, something like that. So this is kind of that time period where you start seeing clips like this. But is it time for the Hurts to get an extension though?
Hey, when we was talking a few minutes ago, I just was when you had said something about Hurts getting paid, I was just thinking like, damn, I was like Hurts probably getting close to the needing to get paid again.
Let me see. This might be time to extend him, free up some more funds. Hurts contract. So he signed a 5-year deal in 23.
So probably after this season.
But the way Howie do it, he normally would have extended him after the Super Bowl MVP. But it was other things
That's
that need to
still
get
so
taken
close
care
to
of.
him. If he just got it in 23, then
Yeah, he just got this extend. I mean, but we seen him do it though. We seen him do it with Saquon. He did it with AJ before time. I mean,
yeah,
shoot,
but I'm saying at the end of this season, still gonna be way before time because
yeah,
5
it's still gonna
years
be
he
early.
ain't even close to that.
It's still gonna be early, but they never really see that whole contract anyway. Howie done beating slice and dice that contract so many ways before 5 years is up.
Right. And they didn't
And
got
then
but he didn't got the bulk of that money on the front end anyway. So
yeah, because of how they do that at least before they change the rules up for the next
yeah,
negotiations.
he probably got something coming up. Probably this if I was them, because it's so much going on right now. I mean, I probably would do it if it's gonna help the cap. If not, I probably holler at him. Hey, we probably end up, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably put a bug in there just so like, hey, we need your best performance coming out of this upcoming season because we looking to extend you. We know you're gonna do it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? They're putting it out, just putting a little bit. And you ain't even gonna tell him that directly. You gonna holler at his people. And then they gonna holler at him like, hey man, look, we probably be looking to, you know what I'm saying, if we get blah blah, then his manager, because now I don't see him as crazy because you
Right.
don't really necessarily holler at him directly, but if you holler at his manager, whoever, blah blah blah, his people that do all his money and whatever, and then they holler at him, then like, damn, that's it. And then boom, next season we, do what we do, which is I'm sure with how he probably kind of did it with Jordan Davis and that situation and stuff like that. So but yes, they probably gonna do something early, and he messed around and hit this next Super Bowl. I know it's coming. Whether they was planning on doing it or not.
Ain't got no choice. But this gonna be an interesting offseason because we got some moves and some decisions that need to be made.
Man, whole lot of
Obviously we need to find out if they gonna actually move AJ. What we
what
gonna
you
do
think they're gonna do?
It's hard for me to say because the contract, his contract it's kind of hard to move.
If it wasn't for the contract,
if it wasn't for the contract, see, it seemed like he's still well respected in the locker room though. That's the thing for me. Like they still mess with him. So in that regard, I'm gonna say no. But if it's me, yeah.
I think the players still mess with him, but that don't necessarily mean he got a good relationship with the staff.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. But also when we look at it, like if I take out like how much he pissed me off this past year, I mean he's still a top 3 wide receiver in this league, and it's gonna be hard to replace or supplement,
which is basically what Howie be
what
coming
he giving
from
us on the
anytime
field.
they ask him. That's how he kind of be talking when anybody asks him about AJ, but that don't really mean.
But at some point though,
different.
right? But at some point, it's like you see what he been doing all on the field, and like this past season, things it really couldn't have got no worse than they got this past season. Me personally, I'm trying to move him. But the thing is about that, it's tricky when you in a situation where we in with AJ, where you know from another team that they not happy with a certain player, you're not gonna get top dollar for him. You just not. You're not gonna get top dollar for him. So you like how we hoping that we gonna be able to get like a key player in return, or like some fairly high draft pick in return. I don't know if it's necessarily the case.
I think how you play that, if that is how other teams is thinking, I think how you can still play that is do it during the draft. Yeah. If you do it during the draft, you might can, you know what I'm saying? If you don't get it done during the draft, of course now they know like he trying to get off, buddy. But now if you just wait till the draft come, now when people you in the draft, you in the pinch. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Now you kind of putting people between the rock and the hard place. Either you want AJ or you don't, and this is the only thing we taking for him. Damn, why? There you go, Howie. But you know what I'm saying? But if you wait till after the draft, now that's what I feel like what you talking about come into play was like, man, we know you trying to get off of him. Like, I ain't giving you no second, first, third, fourth. Nah, we'll give you a fourth. And then, you know what I'm saying? I feel like now people can try to like run their game, pick how they want to, you know what I'm saying, go about it. And we, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like if you do it during the draft, kind of like how we got AJ, you can not necessarily dang near get what you want for him. But if it's a team who they already been making moves before the draft, now he go to draft and they know, dang, we need a wide receiver, and then now they done missed the wide receiver in the draft so far. It's like we got AJ over here. We see y'all ain't get the wide receiver y'all wanted. Let us get down. Let us get Myles Garrett. Let us get Myles Garrett.
Gonzo, where you at, boy?
Yep. Or holler at the Patriots or whoever. Hey, let us get down Gonzalez and down. Damn. Hey, they want us to give up. But I think that's how you can kind of try to play into, as far as if you Howie trying to get what you want for AJ. If you're trying to get off of him, like I think you can wait till the draft, catch a team who down was waiting till the draft to see if they can get a wide receiver. They missed the receiver. You know they missed the receiver. Now you hit them up. All right, Roseman. Hey, what you got going on? Huh? Yeah, we got your boy over here. Who was that? AJ
But nah, I really can't call it though, because I mean I really don't know like I don't know how the front office feel about AJ. I know dealing with situations like that, it's got to be like frustrating, and you kind of want that stuff out of your locker room, but you also got to consider like the talent that he is. But I mean, he was that talented last year when he was dropping them footballs.
And you bringing in another new offensive coordinator, and people like, dang, is AJ gonna be in here damn messing up the chemistry with the new coach and whatever? But I don't know, man. I think I do like that. This is why I think this is why I'm not really mad with getting rid of the Stoutland situation, because now we can change the run game up. We get new pass game coordinator, new offensive coordinator. A lot of them new. Now we switch it up. You know what I'm saying? We got everything in that shit be kind of fresh and new. So I think from that standpoint, I don't know. For me personally, I just want to see something different. Like we didn't ran with what we didn't try to run with really the whole time. We done had Nick and Hurts. Now it's time to switch it up. Look, we got to stop doing this. You know what I'm saying? Let's change the run game. That's why I'm not really mad about the Stout situation. Now, if the season start and then we doing the same stuff we was doing with Stout and the other coordinator, then it's like, damn, y'all should have just kept him. So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I hope that ain't the situation. But, I mean, I kind of feel like what it's looking like they trying to go in a fresh new direction, whatever. I think they just gotta trust everybody on offense. The offensive line, they gotta trust the running back. Hey, we gonna do something new. They gotta trust it. Like, hey, look, we ain't gotta try to hang on to what we felt like was working the whole time we've been here. Let's do something. I ain't gonna say completely new, but they ain't there completely new. We can keep some idea and concepts in mind, but let's switch all this up a bit.
Hey, but who knows? Some of the moves that was made could have been made to appease people like AJ who in the building. Like, why would he? He already upset with how things been going the past couple years. So why not try to get some stuff in here to kind of calm him down a little bit, to at least give him hope that it's gonna be different.
Well, after the way the season went, hell, it shouldn't even take AJ. Even let's say AJ wasn't mad and all, but everything else looked at the exact way. You still needed to make them moves because there's no way the route should have been the routes that they was. There's no way the offense should. So at the end of the day, they should have been doing that regardless. Like, if you only doing that on the basis of AJ, you behind the 8 ball, my friend. I don't know what you got going on. So, hey, y'all go back in the room, Naomi. But I don't know what I don't know what they thinking if that's the reason why. But to what you were saying, if they come in and do those things and we keep AJ, it still could work out.
Yeah, I mean,
but
we've seen it work.
For me, it ain't even whether it'll work or not. It just like I done already seen who bruh is. Like, even if it is working out, I already know from what you showed me, it's gonna take one little thing. You're gonna be over there pissed off then because something ain't going your way, and you're really gonna be acting like a kid throwing a fit. Like, we don't need nobody on the team doing it. Now we got to be walking on eggshells so AJ don't throw a fit on the sideline and they talk about this for the man. Get that nigga out of here.
Hey, but speaking of the offensive line, we did get some news. I don't know if it's necessarily good or bad news. It's just news. So Lane Johnson is coming back for his.
Go back in the room.
Lane Johnson coming back for his 14th season. Which we already know what Lane give you when he healthy. I think Landon Dickerson has decided to at least give it one more go. And the same thing with him. We already know what he gonna give us when he healthy. It's really just a matter of if they're gonna be healthy. Can they do a whole season?
Between Cam and Landon, boy, they both looking like they might have early careers.
Yeah. Both of them. You can understand that from Lane Johnson. This year 14 for him. But when you talk about Cam Jurgens and
Cam and Landon. I think
and Landon. Cam and Landon, those two fairly young players in this league. But when you have a season like we had in 2024, that kind of shorten your career a little bit when you pound that rock. And especially when you think about how all the tush pushes and all the running plays that we had over the past 2, 3, 4 years. So all that does take a toll on your offensive line. We got an older offensive line at this point. I think Vic Fangio might be calling it a year, calling it a career maybe after about one more year with
I
us.
think that's what Lane at. I
Yeah.
promise you, before they even first off, I seen that same thing when they was talking about Lane coming back. I'm like, I thought he was coming back anyway. So
Yeah, I
I
didn't know it
I
was a
was
question.
in I didn't even know damn there was gonna be a whole announcement. Like I had already so when he was coming back, and probably if we would have had one more playoff game, he probably would have came back for the next playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
When I seen how that he was gone that amount of time, he came back, he kind of got right, probably would have been and played the next game, but he didn't end up playing. In my mind, I was like, one, he probably still kind of was like ready to play, and he didn't
Mm-hmm.
even get to come back. I was like, Lane probably ain't gonna go out like that. He probably come back one more season. So I kind of feel like he probably gonna come back one more season, regardless of what happened. Super Bowl injury, non-injury, whatever. He probably up out of there because he already kind of seemed like he on the end. Anyway, he probably just didn't want to go out like that.
Especially with the injuries he's had over the years.
Now,
So
if
I
he had
mean,
came back and we'd have went on and won the Super Bowl, it probably been it for Lane. But
yeah.
now since the way that season went the way that it did, he probably come back one more season and get on up out of there. And we look like we need to be these next two seasons. We look like we need to be trying to invest in the offensive line.
Especially this draft right here. This draft right here, we do, and we did. I mean, we drafted a few players last season, but I mean, obviously they wasn't no high draft picks. Developmental pieces that could potentially pan out down the road. But we also need some players on the team that could potentially be ready to start like next year and potentially start this year. In a pinch. So, um, you know, hopefully we can get somebody
All I know is
in the
Howie,
first
don't
couple.
make the
Yeah,
same mistake twice. I better see
facts.
Fred Johnson about it in there.
Big Fred.
Better
But
see
yeah,
my
we
boy
we
Big
definitely
Fred.
need Big Fred. He held it down for us this year in a pinch. So hopefully we do bring him back. Go ahead and give him what he need to be one of them swing tackles. Cause we know what it looked like without him. It was something else that I was gonna bring up. That was the main thing though. I did want to touch on the offensive line pretty much coming back. We talked in previous episodes about getting Mekhi Becton back potentially, if it makes sense. But we also talked about Steen not necessarily having a terrible season. It just was, I think it was a bad season for it to be his first season. Like it's a lot that went wrong that could be blamed on him. That wasn't necessarily his fault just because of how the offense looked as a whole. So when your offense looked that bad, everything looked funny in the light when everything in the question, even Stoutland. So I think it was just one of them bad luck for this to be his first season to start. I wouldn't say he necessarily had a bad season. It just wasn't really a
Yeah, he was
memorable
straight.
one.
Yeah. And I
But
think I think he was in the same, to me, he was in the same similar situation as the same people who the year before was trying to say Reed Blankenship was trash. I was like, bro, everybody around him was trash. So what the hell he was gonna do? Like, damn. Now when the defense got better, that next season, which was when we went to the Super Bowl, hey, Reed Blankenship, he's solid. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, I was telling y'all when
Duh.
the year before, he wasn't looking that good because everybody else around you trash. So it's, if I'm playing my role, but you're not playing your role, it's making both of us look crazy. If I'm not playing my role, and then you know what I'm saying? So when the pieces around you trash, it's gonna be hard to stand out, or it's gonna be hard to look good because the whole defense looked like trash. So I think Steen was in a same situation. It was like the rest of the offensive line wasn't all that good. So it was like I'm not gonna stand out.
Facts.
And anything I do gonna get magnified. Like when I do mess up, it's gonna get magnified because the offensive line been messed
like
up
that.
anyway. So as soon as I mess up and they done already got 5 false starts, I'm looking like, damn, Steve.
Mm-hmm. But with that being said, if there is an opportunity to bring Beckham back on a 1-year deal, I'm doing it. He an extra body, camp body, more competition. And, let the best man win. We don't really do favorites. We don't care what you look like in our best season, in your best season here. I just want the best 11 on the field at all times. So if bringing in Mekhi Becton makes for a better Sting, so be it. Or if bringing in Mekhi Becton puts him back in the starting lineup like it was in 24, so be it. I just want the best 11 on the field at all times.
Yep.
So I mean, clearly, players leave. It's possible for players to leave Philly and just don't look how they did when they was here. So it looked like he probably fit that bill. I didn't get a chance to check to see if they actually cut him. I know they was in talks about potentially cutting him in Los Angeles, but I don't know if they actually did it. Let me see. Becton cut.
And if they do, it might not be something they do right away.
Nah, I think he's still on their roster.
Yeah, I'm saying even if they are gonna cut him, like I might got something in mind that I want to do. I got to see if they pop off first.
Yeah,
we might just need to bring them back, even though we don't want to. So, gotta see how it play out.
Yeah, but that's really all we have for this one. We can kind of feast our eyes on like possibilities. So it's two things that we got to keep our eyes on. Obviously, it's that time to get your eyes on some college prospects. See about who could be a good fit in Philly versus what we need. And the other thing is like who we gonna keep in free agency, because we got some pieces, and unfortunately we're gonna have to lose some pieces. Obviously we didn't talked about not wanting to let Dean get out the door. It's some other pieces that like Jalen Phillips. I think Tank Bigsby on contract for another year with us, so that's good. But players like that fit that same kind of build that you just don't want to let walk out the door. So we got some decisions to make. We got some big time players to pay, like Jalen Carter. He might get an extension this offseason. We already mentioned Jalen Hurts could potentially get a extension this offseason. Not necessary, but the way how he normally play it, he pay players early that he want to keep around. So it's a lot that we're gonna have to talk about leading up to the draft. So we'll probably focus more on some of these young guys that's coming into the league and who will make a good fit in Philly. But yeah, this the new Showtime. So if you've been rocking with us from the beginning, this past season we did Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Now we on Fridays, same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. So if you rock with the content, which I know you will, because we don't do nothing but keep it real over here. Go ahead and smack that like button, drop a few comments, and as always, subscribe. That's all we got for today's show on the Down South Philly Show, brought to you by Sports Lounge Media. And we gone. Go Birds.
Go Birds. You got pee-pee?